भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति।
The students can take their place once Swamiji takes from you.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. The blessings of Shri Vedha Dakshinamurti and Pujya Swamiji. We begin our inauguration ceremony for the 108th Vedanta and Sanskrit course. A warm welcome to one and all present here. We begin the ceremony with an invocation prayer. Ajam nirvikalpam nirakarmekam nijanandamanandamadvaitapurnam param nirgunam nirvishesham niriham parabrahma rupam ganesham bhajema gunatitamanam chidanandarupam Chidabhasakam sarvagam jnanagamyam muridhyeyamakasharupam paresham parabrahma rupam ganesham bhajema jagatkaranam karanajnanarupam suradim sukhadim gunesham ganesham Jagadvyapinam Vishwavandyam Suresham Parabrahma Rupam Ganesham Bhajema Parabrahma Rupam Ganesham Bhajema. We have a number of distinguished speakers amongst us today to bless the course. The first, Swami Ganesha Swarupananda ji, Swami Jagadatmananda ji, Swamini Brahmalinananda ji, and many other guests. First, I request Swami Ganesha Swarupananda ji to bless us with this Ashirvajanam. Swamiji is a senior student of Pujya Swamiji and attended the course between 2010 and 13 here at Anekatti, and since then he has been teaching Vedanta at a center called Arsha Vidyalaya in Coimbatore. I request Swamiji to bless us with a few words.
Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavat Vyapta Dehaye Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. These next 108 days will be, not maybe, will be a life-changing period in your life. It's something which you cannot experience in any other way. Some of you, I'm sure, have gone through more short-term courses earlier. Some of you have read the Bhagavad Gita or studied the Bhagavad Gita. But what you are going to see here is the very vision of Vedanta. The very vision which tells you about you. You might have heard the word like moksha. I remember when I first came to the course, I knew there was something called moksha. I knew there was something to know. That's all. I didn't know what it was. I had no idea what I'm going to understand, what I'm going to learn. But I had the commitment and I had the shraddha that what I will learn will be transformational. I had also been studying for a number of years before that on my own, with other people, discussed with other like-minded people. I studied books. I went to various people who were respected as gurus in the society. But never did I get that feeling that I now am in a position to understand what is happening. Never in a position to find answers to what I was trying to figure out. Till I went and met Pujya Swamiji. I read one of his books, and all it took was one encounter with Swamiji. And I knew that this is where I'm going to find out the truth. And I told Swamiji, you tell me that you will teach me, and I will drop everything and come. Precisely what happened. And Swamiji said, come, I will teach. I dropped everything and came, spent time with Swamiji at his feet. I'm sure many of you who come here the first time to this Anekatti Gurukulam would have felt something. There is something different here. You leave something behind, something of the normal stresses and pressures that you feel in your day-to-day life. When you come here, suddenly you feel something changing. You study Gita elsewhere, you study Gita once a week, it's not the same thing. Here, you soak the entire atmosphere. You eat, breathe, talk, discuss, think, dream only what Shastra has to say. When you go for a walk in the evening, you're not talking what happened in politics, you're not talking what happened in whatever movie you saw last, nothing. Your entire concentration, ekagrata, is only on that one thing that you've been trying to understand. And over a few days, few months, you will find you have a lot of questions which have been there in your mind for years. And you will start thinking, what is Swamiji saying? It seems to be so different from what I thought I knew, what I thought I had figured out. And suddenly I'm finding that he's telling me things which just don't fit with my knowledge. So you have to put that knowledge in suspension. I'm not saying throw it away. Keep it in suspension. Listen to what Swamiji is telling you. Let it go through in your mind and start working out, seeing where is the difference. What is it that makes my thinking different from what I'm being taught now? The beautiful thing about this is those questions that keep popping up in your head. You will find that if you don't even ask those questions, it is just there in the back of your mind. And as you listen to this more and more and more and contemplate upon what you hear, every single question that you have is answered. I went through this myself. Every day you sit in the class and it feels as if Swamiji is addressing you. Your specific problem, your specific thought, your specific question. You can still ask questions. You should ask questions. Shastra says so. That's when the clarity will come. But the fact is that any question that you have, if you just listen and contemplate upon what you hear, you will find slowly, you will understand why this difference is happening between what you thought you knew and what now you're learning. There is no difference. There are some areas where there will be some errors which will get wiped out. That is the beauty of this knowledge. It is like nothing else. I know so many different things, but this knowledge that you're going to gain is like nothing else. And there is no better place to start this. Look at the environment, look at the conditions under which you're learning this. You can't get better. The text you're going to be doing, you can't get better. You don't straight away start with Mandukya Upanishad. Bhagavad Gita is a wonderful text to start. Every text in the Upanishads is taught by a guru to a shishya, as is also the Bhagavad Gita. And we have here a shishya in Arjuna, who, though man of great achievements, in many ways is like us. Not sure, confused. He doesn't ask, like Nachiketa did, what is dharma, adharma, beyond dharma, adharma. He is down to earth like we are. That's very great, this thing. It is one place where you will be shown the two different paths, Karma Yoga and Jnana, both leading the same place. I am a Grahastha Swamiji, I have responsibilities, I have a wife and children, I have an aged grandparent, do all that. Bhagavad Gita gives you very easy, direct solutions to how to handle that environment, the text you're reading, and the guru you have. I must, with all humility, give my pranams to Swamiji. There are very few people today who can expound the vision of Vedanta to you than Swami Sadatmanandaji. So all conditions are fantastically set for you. All I can say is, please make the best use of it. As far as possible, Put aside your cell phones. As far as possible, don't worry about what is happening in the rest of the world. Let your mind focus only on this one issue over the next 108 days. And like Shastra says, I'm only quoting Shastra, you will get it. Without any doubt, you will get it. My blessings, my best wishes to all of you. I'm sure you embarked on something which is absolutely wonderful. Nothing can be better. All the very best to you. Om.
Thank you very much, Swamiji. Next, we have Swami Jagadatmananda ji. He is our advisor and one of the trustees of Shruti Seva Trust, under which this Gurukulam is running. He is also taking care of the administration of the Gurukulam. And Swamiji conducts Vedanta retreats and classes in Tamil in the Gurukulam. Yearly there are retreats in Tamil as well as weekend Sunday programs on Tirumurai. I invite Swami Jagadatmananda ji to bless us all.
Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. My humble pranams at the lotus feet of Pujya Swamiji, and my humble pranams to Acharya ji, Swami Sadatmananda ji, humble pranams to Brahma Leelananda ji, humble pranams to Ganesha Swarupananda ji, my humble pranams to all Swaminijis, Swamijis and all guests here, and my welcome to all the participants of this 108 days course, Vedanta course. I would like to explain two words. One is Guru. What is the purpose of Guru? We all have the internet access. We can download any talks of any gurus nowadays. Any content on Vedanta we will be getting through internet. Then why you should come to a Gurukulam and reach the feet of Guru to learn? This is very important. In Vedanta, we have two words. One is Vachyartha, another is Lakshyartha. I will simply explain what is Vachyartha and what is Lakshyartha. One fellow was having this digestion problem. He went to a doctor. Doctor gave Gelisil. All of you know Gelisil. It is the universal problem, Gelisil. Then he gave Gelisil. He brought the Gelisil and the liquid, kept in his table. When he was about to take it, he read the instruction. He read, shake well before use. Then he kept the bottle and he started shaking. He started shaking in front of the bottle. Because it says, shake well before use. So he started shaking. This is directly taking the verbal meaning. Now we need a person to explain what is the Lakshyartha behind this. Guru is the beacon light who will explain the Lakshyartha. Then only we can understand who am I. The purpose you know, moksha. What we think moksha is obtainable. Guru says it is not apraptasya praptihi, it is a praptasya praptihi. Then we get confused. How I am having moksha? I don't understand. Then you have to study 108 days course. At the end of the course, you will understand that I am already Nitya, Muktaha, Buddhaha, Mokshaha. This understanding we will get at the end of the course. For that, we need Guru, and the Guru is the only beacon light to give us knowledge, and knowledge is liberation. This is one thing. The second thing I would like to highlight is Shraddha. Shraddha is the secret of learning. If you want to be successful in learning, you need Shraddha. What is Shraddha? Guru Vedanta Vakyeshu Vishwasaha iti Shraddha. You should have Vishwasa. The word Shraddha is very difficult to translate in English. You can say involvement or dedication, whatever it may be. In Swamiji's book, Puja Swamiji's book, it is translated as trust. So, in Guru's words, Guru will not say his own words. He will say from the Shastra. And in Shastra, you should have Shraddha. Guru says, Tattvamasi. Okay, let it be. What is that? Let it be. If you say, it won't get into it. So, be prepared with all the Adhikaritvam and receive. This is one of the important Adhikaritvam, which is called Shraddha. So, with the grace of Guru, anything is possible. We all begin this course with the grace of Puja Swamiji and the grace of our Guru, Swami Sadatmanandaji. So, you will all get the right knowledge in the right way under a great Sampradaya. That is very important. This is Arshalya Sampradaya. To be here, we are all blessed. So, I wish you all success in the successful completion of the course and to great wisdom, to gain great wisdom. I wish you all for a happy stay and happy learning in this Gurukulam. Welcome to all. Blessings to all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Swamiji. Next, we have Swamini Brahmalina Nandaji. She is a very senior disciple of Puja Swamiji. She attended the first course here at Anekatti, and since then she has been teaching Vedanta for many years. Right now she is taking classes in Coimbatore. Swamini Amma has also been the editor of various books of our publication, which releases Puja Swamiji's books. And most importantly, she was the one who translated the Bhagavad Gita home study course into Tamil. It's available in the bookstore if people need. I now request Swamini Amma to bless us all with a few words.
परब्रह्मनिष्ठं स्वतोधर्मनिष्ठं अहिंसैकनिष्ठं स्वशिष्यैः सुजुष्टं यतीनां वरिष्ठं गुरूणां गरिष्ठं दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यमीडे नमः सर्वेभ्यः गुरुभ्यः. Today, all of you are starting your Gurukula Vasa on this auspicious day. Today is a very auspicious day, being Makara Sankranti, the starting of the Uttarayana Punyakala. In our culture, Uttara Disha is a Disha of Moksha. So in fact, that is why Lord Dakshinamurti is facing the south, and you look towards him and offer our prayers to Dakshinamurti. Even while taking sannyasa, people walk towards the north, so seeking the direction of moksha. Okay. So today is also a very significant day for me, because on a Makara Sankranti day, especially when it fell on the 15th of January, I happened to have my first darshan of Puja Swamiji. So I am reminded of that day. So he took my life in the Uttarayana Marga from that day. And I am also reminded of our first day in this ashram here. So on the 30th of October 1990, when all of us also assembled here like this for the course, listening to first the blessings of all the senior gurus and Puja Swamiji. Now this Gurukulam is very conducive for Swamiji felt that this Gurukulam is very conducive for the study here. Rishikesh has its own attractions. Rishikesh has the Ganga there, and Rishikesh has also Swamiji's Adhishtanam there. That's a Punya Bhumi that is there. But still, sometimes the number of people who keep coming to Rishikesh Ashram always sometimes becomes a little disturbance. But here there is absolutely no disturbance. That's why Puja Swamiji chose this for the long-term courses, this place. And also he built this Dakshinamurti temple here for us, so that he always felt that no spiritual pursuit is complete without a religious background. So for us, a spiritual pursuit is not an academic, philosophical pursuit. It is something really Atmartha pursuit, and for which we need Ishvara Anugraha all the time. So it is very conducive for Jnanam because we don't have any disturbances here. All that you can do here is, you can come to the classroom, you can go to the temple, and there is nothing else. And in between, your daily needs of food, everything is taken care of here. And when this ashram was started, actually we had very, very few comforts in this ashram. But every course now has got more and more comforts, because modern days also we need more comforts. So it's very comfortable also, everything, all the minimum or even more than the minimum comforts are all provided for you in this, in the Gurukulam, in all your rooms, etc. And here it is up to us, when we come to the Guru, when we come to this Gurukulam here, to make the best use of the teaching and the facilities that are given to us here. Puja Swamiji used to tell us that, okay, daily go to Lord Dakshinamurti's temple, wipe his grace along with the Panchamritam and take it, because Ishvara Anugraham is very, very essential for us for this pursuit. So we cannot bypass our temple worship also there, because we need Ishvara Anugraha. So to seek this Ishvara Anugraha also, we need our commitment, which is what is called Atma Kripa in the Shastra. So we have to first, motivate ourselves to make the best use of the teaching that is given here, and also to get Ishvara's grace. And this Ishvara's grace will keep blessing us again. Already you should have earned some Ishvara's grace. That is why you have been able to come to a Gurukula for this 108-day course, dropping everything. Because there are many people who may like to come for a long-term study. Unfortunately, they are not able to drop things and come because the family, their commitments are there, even though they are interested. But it is something you need to drop, as Swami Ganesha Swarupananda said, to drop everything and just be with the Shastra here. And once, we have this Atma Kripa and Ishvara Kripa, Guru Kripa is always there. And the Guru is one who talks the Shastra. Shastra is the Pramanam, all right, but the Guru is the one who opens out the Shastra to us, the message of the Shastra in detail here. And as again Swami Ganesha Swarupananda said, this is a unique place where really the Shastram is given exactly as it should be given. And today we have a lot of distractions in the form of, many people think, I listen to a lot of Gurus. Lot of Gurus means lot of confusions. So it is better to commit ourselves to this teaching here and listen very carefully in the class and be ready, revise and be ready to follow up in the next class, so that we imbibe everything that is here. And as we commit ourselves more and more to Ishvara and to the Guru, the Shastra also opens out all its messages here. Okay. So Swamiji used to say there are 3 types of students. One is a Vidyarthi. So a person who is interested in gaining this Vidya. So all of you would have been Vidyarthis and continue to be Vidyarthis, because you should have sought this teaching in some way or the other before you came here. Perhaps as Swamiji pointed out, that you would have also attended some short courses, some camps, etc. And then there is something different. The next level is what is called to be an Antevasi. So you are living close to the Guru. Okay? So close to the Guru and imbibing not only what is taught in the class, also from whatever the Guru, how the Guru conducts himself or herself, and you imbibe all that also from the Guru. So to be an Antevasi, to drop everything and be close to the Guru and therefore close to the Shastra is something that's a chance that is given to you now to be an Antevasi. But then Swamiji used to say, Shishya is Shikshana Yogya. So you should make yourself now somebody with a good patram to receive this teaching. That is in your hands. So the teaching is available, and you cannot get a better teacher than Swami Sadatmananda, who has been exposed so well to the Shastra. And in fact, he's lucky we got him. Perhaps he might have gone off to Kailash Ashram to teach. But then now we have got him here for our ashram here, for to be a teacher here. So make the best use of it. And one more thing I would like to say. Again, here you get a chance to study Sanskrit seriously. Though you can get the message of the Shastra, Puja Swamiji used to say, without using one single word of Sanskrit, I can convey this whole message in English itself to anybody who is there. But there is something that happens to you when you come to know this Sanskrit, because the Moola texts are in Sanskrit. The Bhashyam is in Sanskrit. So when you study Sanskrit, so have a commitment to study Sanskrit also, because a lot of people think, why do I need this Sanskrit? Why are they boring me with this Sanskrit, etc. So, no, you should pay, because you would never get another chance to study Sanskrit again seriously like this. So, when you pay attention to the Sanskrit and also learn it, now then, when you look back at the text, you look back at the Bhashyam, they speak to you. Otherwise, what will happen is, you only get the message that was given in the class, but when you again read the text, you cannot connect it. So the Sanskrit helps you a lot, and later on to be able to study some text which might not be covered in a course. So it's very important, don't neglect Sanskrit, that I would say, because I see in every course there will be always some people who somehow want to keep away from Sanskrit. Okay? And last but not least, a few words I'll pick up from a very beautiful Shanti Mantra in the Taittiriya Upanishad. So let our prayer be Samendro Medhaya Spranotu. So may that Lord bless us with Medha Shakti, so that this Medha Shakti is something that Swami Paramahansa used to say, it is triple R, receiving properly, retaining it properly in the mind, and be able to recollect and reproduce it at the proper time to make the connections. So let the Lord, let your prayer be that let the Lord bless me with this Medha Shakti, so that Amritasya Deva Dharano Bhuyasam. So may I be somebody who can carry this Amritatvam in me. And in order to get this knowledge, our Shariram also, so Shariram me Vicharshanam. So let it be healthy, let all my Indriyas be okay, let my body be okay, especially during the classes, let me not get any problem of health during the classes. Okay? And Jihva me Madhumattama, so may I always speak pleasant things, may I always speak something about the Shastra. Karnabhyam Bhuri Vishwam, may I listen more and more. That is why with both the ears, it says. It is not for hearing with one ear and getting it out with the other. So let me hear plenty. But if I hear plenty also, I should be able to retain it. And so the Shastra again offers us a prayer. Shutam me gopaya. So whatever I hear, please protect and keep it in me, so that it is always useful to me. What the knowledge, let me collect more and more knowledge, and let this knowledge bless me all the time. Let it be in my mind, let it bless me in my day-to-day behavior. Okay. With this, I wish all of you the best in your pursuit here, and may you make the best use of this opportunity that is given. Om.
Thank you very much, Amma. Once again, Pay our humble pranams to all the speakers on the dais. Thank you for your blessing words. Now we have a recorded video message from Swami Sakshat Kritananda in Rishikesh. Swamiji is also a senior disciple of Puja Swamiji, and he was an acharya at this Gurukulam, conducting the long-term course between 2010 and 13. Presently, he is at Rishikesh. He is the acharya at Arsha Vidyapeetham, Swami Dayananda Ashram in Rishikesh, conducting various retreats and courses. Now we listen to Swamiji's words.
Karanji? Yes.
ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणम् सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः दयाकरं दयाकारं दान्तं धर्मप्रवर्तकं प्रणमामि दयानन्दं मदाचार्यवरं परम् I am very happy to be part of the inauguration of 108 days course, which is a prelude for a long-term study. You are all blessed to be part of this course, to be taught by a great teacher, Sri Swami Sadatmananda Saraswati. There are certain things which we can keep in mind, and I will tell them, presuming that all of you are committed to pursuing the long-term study. The purpose of study is not to propagate Vedanta. If you have this purpose in mind, the impact of study may not be there, because the study is only for the sake of giving lectures. All of you have certain spiritual tendency, because of which you have come to the Gurukulam. So, you have to listen to Vedanta in order to absorb the vision for your own spiritual fulfillment, upliftment, for gaining the vision of what the Shastra says. Thereafter, if you have to share, it will happen. Sharing will happen automatically if it is to take place. Therefore, the spiritual study is not for the sake of pursuing some sadhana after study. The very study itself is sadhana. Therefore, there is no sadhana to be pursued later after study. I will give you some ideas on how to make the best use of your study listening. When you listen, you are surrendering to the words of Shastra, because Shastra is a means of knowledge. Shastra is the only means of knowledge. For a means of knowledge, to a means of knowledge, I surrender. I surrender to my eyes in order to gain the knowledge of forms. I surrender to my ears in order to gain the knowledge of sounds. I surrender to Shastra Pramana in order to know what the Shastra says. And this involves giving up all my preconceived notions, ideas, conclusions about what the reality is. I have to empty the mind. Then only new understanding can enter. We have to have open mind while listening to the Shastra. After listening to the Shastra, if you think that it is not in keeping with the reality, you can dismiss. But what Shastra says is cannot be negated. What Shastra says cannot be negated. It is very easy to get Shraddha in Shastra because what Shastra says is logical. You should know what Shastra says is logical. Shastra says whatever you objectify, whatever you perceive, you are different from that. I see a donkey, objectify a donkey, I am different from the donkey. This is clean logic. This is called Drishya Viveka. I see the body, therefore I am different from the body. This is a clean logic. But I take myself to be the body. Therefore, there is an error, mistake involved here. That is very evident. The mistake is very evident. Therefore, if I can take myself to be the body, there is every possibility that I take myself to be mind also. Therefore, what Shastra says that you are not the body mind is logical. Therefore, I can have Shraddha in the Shastra and see what it wants to say, what it wants to unfold. Therefore, we must focus on the Shastra, 100% we have to focus, leaving aside everything else. I am leaving aside all other purposes of study except study for the sake of knowing. That kind of total commitment is necessary when you are listening to the Shastra. Generally, we say 4 types of graces are required for the successful study of Shastra. Ishvara Kripa, Guru Kripa, Shastra Kripa and Atma Kripa. Ishvara Kripa or grace of Ishvara is earned by prayers. One participates in all the events like puja etc. and earn the grace of Ishvara. One has to know the importance of prayer. The importance of prayer is importance of earning the grace of Ishvara. Then only there can be an assimilation of what Shastra says. Therefore, Ishvara Kripa we have to earn. These things will be elaborately taught during the study. Then Guru Kripa is necessary. Guru Kripa is earned by surrendering to the Guru, having Shraddha Bhakti in the Guru, and serving the Guru. Serving the Guru, serving the ashram also is serving the Guru only. there are no enough opportunities to serve the Guru, one can serve the ashram, which is as good as serving the Guru. Therefore, when you have this attitude, proper attitude of Shraddha and Bhakti, then you will not reject anything that comes from the mouth of Guru. So this proper attitude is important while listening. Then Shastra Kripa is having proper attitude towards Shastra. A worshipful attitude towards the Shastra. In Rishikesh, some ashrams are there where the students will not bring the books as like that. They will very faithfully they cover the books with a cloth and reverentially bring the books to the class. You can see all of them will have a bundle covered with cloth. They don't keep the books on the floor. That is worship. Books are worship. That attitude should be there towards Shastra. That is Shastra Kripa. Shastra Kripa also is there when you memorize the Shastra. Shastra is inside you. When Shastra is inside you, that Shastra blesses you. I have seen this personally, how keeping the Shastra inside is a blessing. In fact, again in ashrams, Rishikesh and all, they won't teach you unless you memorize the text that they are going to teach. First you have to memorize. That memorizing is Shastra. That also is Shastra. And finally, Atma Kripa. Atma Kripa is your own mind should be cooperative. It should be blessing. Mind will be blessing to you if the mind is imbibed with all the values and attitudes. Mind has got adhikaritva. That is a blessing. One has to work for adhikaritva. Adhikaritvam, I would say, Vairagya is very important qualification for study. So that mind is totally available for Shastra. For which you have to know what is Vairagya, how to develop Vairagya. Puja Swamiji would say, Vairagya is seeing the absence of connection between what I want to gain in life and what I am doing in life. And there should be connection. If there is no connection, there is no Vairagya. What I want to accomplish and what I am doing, there should be connection. Vairagya is gained by seeing the limitations of sense pleasures. Vairagya is absence of seeking sense pleasures. Absence of longing for sense pleasures. One can gain this Vairagya by seeing the limitations of the objects. We see the sense pleasures are fleeting in nature and they have got the opposite in its womb. What we consider Sukha has got Dukkha in its womb. And they don't give any lasting satisfaction. They should give lasting satisfaction, but it doesn't give. Anything you enjoy, there is no lasting satisfaction is there. And they are all binding in nature. The more you enjoy, the more you are bound. They are binding in nature. And they are all relative in nature. They are relative because whatever you gain, there is a loss also. In every gain, there is loss. In every experience, there is kshaya of your sense organs. The power of the sense organs are decaying. That is what Nachiketa said in Kathopanishad. Shobhava martyasya idantakaitati sarvendriyanam jarayanti teja. Indriyanam tejaha jarayanti. You experience the sense objects, indulge in sense pleasures, sense organs decay. Therefore, they are all related. There is a sukha means there is a kshaya. And they are unendingly subject to improvement, excellence. There is no end for it. Sense objects, there is no end for excellence. Therefore, they are limited in all respects. The more we see again and again the limitations of sense objects, the more you can gain vairagya. And that vairagya, which is also accompanied by viveka, viveka of what is nitya and what is nitya in life, that is primary qualification for study of Vedanta. When this qualification is there, you have got Atma Kripa. Mind enjoys listening to Shastra. Mind imbibes what the Shastra says. Atma Kripa is very, very important. And with all these four graces, if one pursues this study, then there is no way one can miss to know what the Shastra wants to say. I am very, very happy that all of you have got this wonderful chance to listen to Shastra. I pray to Lord Medha Dakshinamurti, Lord Narmadeshwara, Goddess Jnaneshwari, to bless all of you for your successful study, and you become part of the long-term study that will continue after 108 days course. And finally, gain the vision the Shastra wants to convey. Om Tat Sat.
Right.
Now I request our Swamini Ammas to render the Shanti Pata. With this we officially begin the chanting class.
शन्नो मित्रश्यं वरुणः शन्नो भवत्वर्यमा शन्न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्म वदिष्यामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्वक्तारमवतु अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारम् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः यश्छन्दसां वृषभो विश्वरूपः छन्दोभ्योऽध्यमृताः सम्बभूव समेन्द्रो मेधया शृणोतु अमृतस्य देवधारणो भूयासं शरीरं मे विचर्षणं जिह्वा मे मधुमत्तमा कर्णाभ्यां भूरिविश्रुवम् ब्रह्मणः कोशोऽसि मेधया पिहितः श्रुतं मे गोपाय ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. Now we will chant the prayer. You please repeat after me. ॐ शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. We will see from tomorrow's class.
Finally, we have arrived. I'm reminded of Bhishma Pitamaha in Mahabharata. He was lying on the arrow cot waiting for Uttarayana Punyakala. So we've all been waiting for the course to start on this day. So now we begin the Vedanta classes. I request Shri Ram Mohan Ji to come and garland Swamiji and pay respects.
I will chant a prayer. You can repeat after me. Om Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. So we have earned lot of grace of all the devatas by starting our day with Shraddha, Medha, Homa, Ganapati Homa. The ritual, fire ritual is called Homa. And then Dakshinamurti, Abhisheka, Puja of all the devatas, and also we invoke the blessings of Pujya Swamiji by doing puja there in Guru Tirtha, the place where Swamiji's Vigraha is kept. And you also receive the blessings of so many Mahatmas. So invoking the grace of all the Devatas, invoking the blessings of Pujya Swamiji, we start our study of Vedanta. Study of Vedanta is the pursuit of self-knowledge. So what we are going to study? When we are studying Vedanta, we are studying or we are receiving this self-knowledge. The study of Vedanta is meant for self-knowledge. Now the question can be, why do we need self-knowledge? We have knowledge of physics, chemistry, biology, computer science, etc. And we have ignorance of so many things, some quantum physics, etc. So we have knowledge of few things and we have ignorance of a few things. And I am happily conducting my life without the knowledge of so many things. So what a great deal in having, earning, receiving self-knowledge. To understand the significance of self-knowledge, if we analyze this human being, how he is distinct from other living beings. There are so many distinctions. One of the distinctions is, human being is a self-conscious being and is self-conscious to the extent to have self-conclusions. Other animals also are self-conscious. They are also conscious of surrounding and themselves, enough to have the self-identity so they can recognize the members of their species and the members of the other species. That much self-consciousness they have. But human being has got self-consciousness to the extent to have self-judgment. The conclusion about oneself. And it is the habit of buddhi, it is the nature of buddhi to make conclusions. Whatever is known, evident, buddhi wants to make conclusion. Because without making conclusions, buddhi cannot operate. When I see all of you, I have to have some conclusion about myself, some conclusion about you. Then only I can operate. When I look upon myself, at least right now, as the one who is playing the role of a teacher, and you are the students, then only I can talk. If my teachers are sitting in front of me, I will not talk like this. So when I look upon myself as a teacher, then I will operate in a particular way. And therefore, our buddhi always wants to make judgment about oneself and about the things around. And the self, I, am present in all the transactions. And therefore, our buddhi will have conclusions about the self. So self-consciousness will lead to self-conclusions, self-judgment. And we have so many judgments about ourselves. I am fat, I am lean, I am rich, I am poor, I am intelligent, I am dull, I am good looking, not good looking, so looking. So many conclusions we have. And this common denominator of all conclusions is, I am small, I am inadequate. So, every individual, every human being has this conclusion, knowingly or unknowingly. I am small, I am inadequate. And this inadequacy can be seen with reference to so many things. Knowledge-wise inadequate, this resources-wise inadequate, health-wise inadequate. But common denominator is, I am inadequate, I am small. So self-consciousness leads to self-judgment, and self-judgment common denominator is, I am small. And this I am small, this conclusion is not acceptable to myself. Means the smallness which I conclude is not acceptable to myself. The smallness of the self is unacceptable. And therefore what happens? There is self non-acceptance. Every jiva, every individual is having the problem of self non-acceptance. Even if other people say that you are great, you are wonderful, etc., but my conclusion about myself doesn't change, that I am small, and therefore I am not completely acceptable to myself. And having this self non-acceptance, naturally I will not be comfortable, therefore I seek acceptance. I try to gain something thinking that if I get this, I will be acceptable to myself. Now I am unmarried, so people are saying so many things. Once I get married, I will be acceptable. But that doesn't happen. The wife or husband will say, you are idiot, you are like this, you are like this. So your self non-acceptance continues. And we try to seek acceptance from others. Why? Because in my eyes I am not acceptable. So at least in the eyes of some people, if I am acceptable, then I will feel comfortable. At least momentary relief will be there. At least they are saying, at least sometime relief will be there. And therefore, even though it is not a solution, but we seek acceptance, approval from others. And for that, we have to struggle a lot. To get acceptance, approval from the world is not easy. Because people have a different background. In fact, one lady told very nicely. She said that I tried to please everybody, and in the process I displeased everybody. Why? Because different people have opposite expectations. Some friends want me to attend Vedanta class, and some friends want me to go to club. How to satisfy both of them? So some will be unhappy, some will be happy, and that those who are happy also are not permanently happy, and therefore my struggle to be accepted by others continues. And even if I am accepted by others, even if they give the feeling, which is very unlikely, still I do not get this sense of acceptance from myself. I feel these people who are praising me, they do not know me, how inadequate I am. It is something like, little Sanskrit, Ramaha, Ramo, Ramaha, and you go to some village and you say, Rama Bhyam, Agata Bhyam, something you say, and then people say you are great scholar. But you know how great scholar you are. A little bit Sanskrit that, he knows, when I went somewhere, I was introduced that this Swamiji knows all 4 Vedas. I know names of 4 Vedas, that's all. So thank God that person to whom I was introduced also did not know Vedas. Otherwise I will be in trouble. So even if people give some sense of acceptance, in my eyes, I remain unacceptable. And this self non-acceptance is universal problem. And here, this existentialist will come and tell that you human beings are imperfect, limited, you have to accept it, and just do as much as you can, accept your limitations, and make merry as much as you can as long as you are alive. And anyway, one day you will die. So in this existentialism, there is no spiritual pursuit, because they say you are imperfect and you cannot but be imperfect. And there are some religious people who will say that yes, you are imperfect, you are limited, but if you follow us, you will go to a place where everything will be wonderful. But all these are unverifiable beliefs. First of all, I will survive death, unverifiable. And after surviving death, I will go to heaven, another unverifiable belief. And I like heaven, unverifiable belief. And by following this person, I will go to heaven, unverifiable. Nothing wrong in having unverifiable beliefs, but we must know that it is unverifiable beliefs. It's not knowledge. And there will not be spiritual pursuit in it. Spiritual pursuit is there when solution is here, when I am alive. When solution is centered on I. Because problem of self non-acceptance is centered on I. Since problem is centered on I, solution also has to be centered on I. And our Shastras are giving the solution of this problem of self non-acceptance, which is centered on I. And how does it give? By saying that maybe your conclusion about yourself being limited is wrong. Your judgment about yourself is wrong. Because many times in our life we have seen that our judgments were wrong. In fact, in this pursuit of knowledge, one needs to have this humility to accept that I can be wrong. I can be wrong. If that humility is not there, you will continue to hold on to old conclusions and there will not be any change. So Shastra says, your conclusion about yourself being limited can be wrong. And if that conclusion is wrong, then what will be truth about yourself? You are limitless. Your conclusion that you are limited, if it is wrong, then your being limitless can be a truth, can be the truth. And how it is truth that you are limitless, you are what you are seeking in your life. How is it so? That is shown by the Shastra. So the pursuit of the knowledge, the study of Shastra is meant for discovery of one's true nature, which is free from all limitations. And when you have this discovery, the limitation of the body does not bother you. Limitations of your sense organs, even the mind, will not bother you. Which is Swamiji used to say very nicely, everything becomes luxury. Modern civilization makes all the luxuries into necessity, whereas Vedanta makes everything as luxury, including your body. Your body is a luxury. The world, the entire world is luxury. Sarvam Nandanavanam, the entire Jagat Nandanavanam, that is the beauty of this self-discovery. And how it is so, we will be saying in the following classes. We invoke the grace of the Lord so that we will complete this study of Vedanta successfully, meaningfully. Om Tat Sat. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha.